student, welcome to chapter 2 of the class for business law foundation level examination. So in this chapter we'll be talking about the function of law. The function of law, like we discussed in chapter 1, whereby we define the concept of law to be as what? The set of rules that are what? Enforceable by courts to regulate the government of a state, the relationship between the state and its citizens, and also from one citizen to another. So these rules and regulation are what? Are to guide human conduct. So laws are what? Are rules and regulation that are used to guide human conduct in the society. So now we want to talk about the function of that law. Alright, so the purpose of law is to maintain the order of the country despite changes in leadership. So you can see that one purpose of law is to what? Is to maintain order of the country despite changes in leadership. Whether the government changes, so like the law is still the same, it will what? It is used to maintain order. So below are the functions of law in the state. So number one is that the law regulates conduct of who? Conduct of the citizens, conduct of the government, conduct of those working in the government. Whether you are everybody is a citizen of the country, whether non-citizens or citizens, it regulates the conduct. So it acts as a deterrent against any action that violates rules and regulation. So it regulates the conduct of human beings so as to promote a decent society. So the second function of law is that it avoids or settles disputes. So it avoids or settles disputes. So you can see that contract law sets out rules for making and enforcing arrangements. So you can see that before you can go into contract, you must meet some valid elements. So in order not to reduce disputes. For example, whether there is a loss of money in the contract, then there is a law that actually spells out how the loss should be treated or be accounted for. So the law reduces or settles disputes. So the third function of law is that it sets out rights and obligation. It sets out rights and obligation. So for example, the Charter of Rights limits the government authority over citizens. So everybody is going to know his or her own rights and obligations. So it is through law. For example, in the Nigeria Constitution, there is a section that actually states that the rights and obligations of citizens and the rights and obligations of the government. So the government has an obligation to the state, and the citizens have an obligation to who? To the government. So it is vice versa. So it sets out the rights and obligations. And so the third function of law is that it provides remedies. So law provides remedies. So for example, if your rights have been violated under the law provides a system of recourse. If a law has actually been violated, then there's a system in place that will actually remedy such a situation. It's going to save you from such a situation. So the fifth function of law is that it maintains order and provides protection. So you can see that it prohibits certain acts. When the law actually provides protection, it prohibits certain acts. For example, there's a law in Nigeria that actually stipulates that there should be no dumping of harmful products into the country. So you can see that it's protecting the citizens of the country. So the law maintain orders and provides protection. It provides remedy. So it sets up the structure of government. You can see that the structure of the government didn't just form on its own. It was the constitution that actually spelled out the duties and power of the various levels of government, whether it is the federal government, the state government, or the local government. Take note of that. So the law actually it set up the structure of the government, and everything is well defined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the law also protects the interest. It protects the interest of the citizens. It protects the interest of the government as well. The eighth function of law is that maintenance of justice and fairness in society. So law maintains justice and fairness, whereby everything is being just and fair in the society. We've come to the end of chapter 2. We're talking about the function of law. Like we said earlier, that law regulates the conduct, it avoids or settles disputes, it sets out rights and obligations, and it provides remedies. For example, if your right has been violated, then there's a system of recourse that is going to provide remedy. So it maintains order and provides protection. So law actually sets up the structure of government. Law protects the interest of citizens, government, even non-citizens of the country. And lastly, the law maintains justice and fairness in the society. So that's just a summary about the function of law. So please, students, let's read it very well and note it down. I would advise us to get our writing materials and note those keywords, and we should read it over and over again. Alright, thank you.